Hey gang, it's Jeff from Photo Finish Restorations, and on this episode of Muscle Cars and Hot Rods, we're going to do a quick rebuild on a set of rear lower door hinges for a 57 Chevy 4-door sedan. So check it out. Okay gang, we're back on the 57 Chevy 4-door sedan project, and we got a set of rebuilt hinges in for the back doors and got them painted up and slicked up and everything real nice. And then, like a bunch of idiots, we didn't go ahead and check our parts. Check your parts before you paint them. Let's see, we got some differences you'll notice, and I'll point them out to you. Okay, see the difference? See how this one's longer and the angle's greater and all this good stuff? So this is our new hinge, and it turns out that the 4-door sedan hinge is a rather rare item. I wouldn't say rare, but I mean, we can find used ones, but we got a set of used ones. So we're not really seeing where anybody's offering a rebuild on them. So we're going to take our rebuilt hinge and we're going to switch out this casting plate to make it correct. Got my air hammer with the point chisel bit on it to knock the pins out. Got a little bit of penetrating oil to loosen that stuff up. Been in there 50 some odd years. I've already done one. I just knocked the casting off it and put the casting on the rebuilt. All nice bushings, all nice pins in there. Just got to sandblast it and repaint. But you know that's our screw up. So what we're gonna do is clamp the old one down in the vise. I've already got it soaked in some penetrating oil. We're gonna start knocking out the pins. Okay, we just want to give it a few hits. We don't want to kill it. But I was trying it with a normal punching hammer, and that was taking a little bit too, wasn't really getting the effect that I wanted. Well, you know what? First things first, I got a couple of 3/8 inch bolts right here on the detent. Can you see me? Right here? We're gonna take those out. Get that detent off, get the tension off the spring. Okay, we got that. Now we're back to knocking these out. So like I was saying, with the regular hammer and chisel, I was really having to get after it. Wasn't really the effect I wanted. So this air hammer with the chisel works pretty good. And then we'll just finish it off with the chisel. There's these little half pins. And then I just gotta flip it over and nail another half pin out. Actually, I want to be able to see it a little better. You don't want to break your casting. Casting is pretty brittle and susceptible, so be careful with that. Let's take our punch. The last one I kind of had for some reason I got the short punch with me today. Yeah, nice one. It's already bonded up. That's the piece we're after. Kind of ugly and crusty right now, but we'll go ahead and get it cleaned up. Perform the same procedure on this side. I'll go ahead and get you caught up after I knock the pins out, just like we just did on the other one, and remove the we'll remove the detent, knock the pins out. We'll be ready to put it back together, and I'll get the camera rolling again. Okay, and of course we want to, even though these are supposedly rebuilt, we want to check and inspect all our bushings and pins. And if you look right there, see see if we could focus in on that. We got a cracked bushing, so I got another nylon bushing right here, and we'll replace that. Actually, it's cracked in like 3 places. So then we'll also run an emery cloth over all the pins, and we'll file any burrs or anything off them, get it ready for rebuild. Okay, we've got our bushing replaced. We're just gonna file up our surfaces. Just keep it as flat as possible. You notice I'm putting pressure on it, and I'm keeping it nice and flat. We've got our pins all deburred, so we can begin to put this back together. Pretty simple. Go straight together like this. We made special attention to the side that receives the head of the pin, which I believe is the top, at least on most hinges that I rebuild. That's not the pin. Hang on a second. It's hard to believe I haven't moved more than 2 feet in 5 minutes and I can't find the pin I just cleaned up, so I went ahead and just cleaned up the pin that came out. And there were no burrs on it or anything like that. So, we got it cleaned up, we're gonna put it together. Where are we? Right in here. Hear it when it gets solid there. Okay, I'm gonna get a couple of clean screws for our detent, a couple more lock washers. We'll put that back in. So I used my last star thread locker on the first hinge I rebuilt, so I just grabbed a couple of machine screws, and I'm going to use some of this Permatex thread locker on it. I grabbed it. So the music today is brought to you, by the way, by our painter. Paint shop's right on the other side of this wall right here. Alright, there it is. Rebuilt hinge. We'll get this over to the sandblaster, blasting cabinet, clean it up, get it back over to the painter. A couple of rebuilt hinges. So there it is. I mean, there's always a constant battle in doing restorations on the cost of labor versus the cost of replacing a part, which is more affordable, which is more true to the vision of the project. On this particular project, I mean, we picked up these hinges at a good price. I mean, I've only got a few minutes in just these two, but anyway. On this one, we lost the battle. I mean, we already went out and purchased the rebuilt hinges, painted them up, go to put them on the car, wrong ones. So, the 57 four-door sedan Bel Air is all jam painted. Doors are going back on. Fenders are just going to be thrown on just so we can get our metallic to match from fender to door. And we're just getting ready for the paint shop. Now we can get the doors on. Thanks for tuning in and watching this episode. Appreciate it. Leave comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, as my man HPR says. We'll catch you on the next one.